Welcome, welcome, one and all. I'm Dave Knapp, man on the Manjaro. That's why I'm here. You are on the pen. That's why you're here, and we're all here to learn a little bit more about our journeys with obesity, type 2 diabetes, all the things, PCOS. We're all on the pen. We're on the Ozempic, Wegovy, Saxenda, Victoza, liraglutide pen, semaglutide pen, tirzepatide pen, all the utides. That's what we talk about here on this channel, and that's what we come here to do on these lives. We come here to talk about our journey, to share in our successes, and to talk about all of the things that we're going through side effect wise, and to answer each other's questions. I'm not a medical provider, so that's the first thing I'll say is this isn't medical advice. It's just sharing experiences. Welcome, AJ. Thanks for joining the stream. I'm going to welcome over on YouTube. We've got Nelly, Carla, Judy, Miss Tatman, and all up in the comments. Sunday Fun Day. That's right. Sunday Fun Day is absolutely what it is today. AJ, thank you for the gifts, man. I appreciate that. Always appreciate it, but never expected it. I really, really appreciate that, man, and I appreciate your content. Donna NP, welcome to the stream. It's so good to have you here. Donna got locked out for a couple weeks, and so it's great to have. I don't know how it happened, but she's one of my favorite people. So yeah, I appreciate that. So we're getting going here. I like to bring in all of my social media channels, TikTok. So I do these live streams a lot on TikTok, but I like to bring in everybody, right? So it's a little clunky getting going here on TikTok, but we've got about 25 people over on YouTube and Facebook. We've got about 60 people in here in the stream from TikTok. And so I'm going to start taking your questions, right? It's good to have you back, Donna. Carrie, welcome to the stream. My name is Dave Knapp, man on the Majara, and we're going to get going here. Miss T, you're over on TikTok today. That's awesome. It's good to have you over there. She's an OG Manjari from YouTube. I'm going to just say the first thing you can do before we get started is hit that like button and share it with somebody who you think might find it beneficial. Well, let's get going. Yvonne, welcome. So, yeah, we've got some questions going in the stream already, so we're going to get some of these questions answered. Regal's on Ozempic, down 25 pounds since March. User 8675309 asks, does it matter where I inject? I'm on 7.5 and down 45 pounds. I think it does matter for certain people, but the main thing you want to remember when you're thinking about an injection site is bioavailability, right? So where there is where there's less fat, there's going to be more of the drug available immediately, right? The fattier the area, the more even output of the medication you're going to get over its half-life, which is 5 days. That's 5 days from Manjaro. I believe it's 3 days is the half-life on semaglutide, but don't quote me on that. So you want to think about where the bioavailability is. If you're wanting more of the feeling that the medicine gives you up front in the first day or so, first couple of days, you're going to want to inject into a less fatty area, right? And if you want a more even output of the medication over the week, then you're going to want to do something that inject into an area that's fatter. So awesome. Yeah, so we've got some people who are experiencing a ton of success on these medications. We've got Nelly over here who just went up to 12.5 this week and lost 5 more pounds. That's amazing progress. 5th week on Manjaro, starting 5 milligrams tomorrow. So excited. I lost 16 the first month on 2.5. Jimmy is down 130 pounds on Manjaro. Congratulations, my guy. That is amazing. That is such amazing progress. Such amazing progress. Sorry, I lost you there for a second. He's catching up in the comments here. Let's see. Doug, yeah, Doug over on TikTok. He's seeing a lot of success. That's amazing. So many people that are experiencing so many wonderful things from these medications. Kim is down 89.5 pounds since the 27th of September of last year. That's amazing progress. Kim is a creator over on TikTok. Make sure you follow her. Kate is down 33 pounds since June 15th. Judy over on YouTube is down 20 pounds in the last 10 weeks alone. Now, these medications they're changing lives, and it's so fun to get on here to hear all of the success stories. I know I failed at moving more, eating less, which is Triplet Dad TikTok. He's been a member on the Pen Live, which is a weekly talk show that I do over on YouTube. He was on a couple weeks ago. He's down almost 200 pounds on GLP-1s. He's getting his life back. That's amazing. 3 platforms at once. I can barely handle one. Yeah, I can't. I can't handle one, but it's just fun, right? If it's going to be, it's, I mean, even the one is chaos, so you might as well expand the chaos. Um, Becky Yeager's down 40 pounds since February. That's amazing. That's amazing. Lisa has a question. I was on CVS until it started charging you 144 instead of $25 with the coupon. Yeah, the changes in the coupons are miserable for people. Really, really miserable. Jimmy's down 31 pounds in 8 weeks. That's amazing. Uh, we got another person over here on TikTok's down 19 pounds since June 15th on Ozempic. Amanda's down 38 pounds in 12 weeks. Jacob has a question. What's the average weight loss per month on Ozempic? So that's going to vary so widely between different people. I mean, I think at the high end of the semaglutide doses, people lost about 15, maybe 17% of their body weight. Don't quote me on that. But that's going to be most of that weight loss is going to be for most people on the higher doses of semaglutide per the clinical trials. But it's so like some people lose a lot of weight on the little doses. Some people get all the way up to the high doses and don't lose that much weight at all. So it's very hard to say between different people what things are going to be, right? I mean, so you're gonna have to feel that out for yourself and just give your body grace and have let the medication do its work, right? I'm curious if you're diabetic. That's always a great question to ask when you're talking about GLP-1s is, are you diabetic? Because they hit different if you're diabetic. Camino Blue, 30 pounds gone in 6 weeks. Amazing. That's crazy fast weight loss. Zeke down 21 pounds in 21 days. I mean, you just hear these success stories, and how can you not try to spread the gospel with people who are struggling with obesity, type 2 diabetes, metabolic syndrome? I mean, these medications are doing wonders for people, and it just takes about 5 seconds of going live on TikTok or YouTube to hear these success stories. So if you're just starting, put an N in the chat next to your name and let me know what medication you're on so I can welcome you by name. It is so good to have you here. Carrie over on YouTube is down 20 pounds total, but had to recently switch from Majara to Gobi, and things have slowed down on Wegovy. Curious where you started on Wegovy. Where did your doctor start you from a dosage standpoint? Because I think, if you're starting on the lower doses, you got to get up to the therapeutic doses. But a lot of people just try to switch to the highest dose, and that doesn't usually go too well for people. So you just got to be patient. I'm glad that you were able to get something, right? Donna says, congratulations to those for succeeding. Absolutely. So we've got some newbies over here on TikTok. Crystal Clark says, pre-diabetic on Ozempic have lost an average of 4 pounds a week. That's great progress for somebody who's pre-diabetic. Trinidad, I have type 2 and I'm 0.5 of Ozempic. Hopefully it's treating you well. Who Love is new and on Manjaro. Melissa Love is new and 65 pounds down in a year on Manjaro. Jimmy is on 1.7 of Wegovy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Type 2 diabetes, Manjaro, 5 weeks. How does it hit different for diabetics? Well, let me tell you. So for the clinical trials that are out there, the clinical trials will tell you that no matter what utide you're on, semaglutide, tirzepatide, dulaglutide, liraglutide, if you're diabetic, you lose way slower and not as much weight as people who are not diabetic. All the clinical trials across all the utides show that, right? So just be patient with your body because these medications, they're incretin mimetics, they're stimulating hormones in your gut to be made, which are all dysregulated when you're type 2 diabetic. Be patient because it's working on fixing you metabolically first, right? Before you're going to see a lot of weight come off. So just be patient and know that it's helping you out. Brandy, second week on Saxenda, 41.6 pounds down. That's amazing. Yeah, that is absolutely amazing. Loretta's new on Majaro, reactive hypoglycemia diagnosis. Yeah, talk to your doctor about that. If hypoglycemia is an issue with you, you're going to watch that very closely with Manjaro because it does bring your blood sugars down. Manjaro, 5 milligrams, 2 weeks, down only 4, but it's a start. Hey, you're down 4. That's amazing. Sandra, welcome. Julie, welcome. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube and everybody's questions. Yvonne has labs hasn't have labs last 2 years. Will this help get my PA approved on Manjaro? Has helped BMI? Yeah, I mean, your labs are, the main thing to know about Manjaro, Yvonne, is that it's a type 2 diabetes medication exclusively right now. And hopefully that's changing within the next couple of months. It's sitting with the FDA for authorization for obesity, which you would obviously cover that spread because the BMI number needs to be above 27 for the weight loss medication. So if you just hang tight, hopefully you'll be able to get back on that brand name soon. Sue welcome, first time caller. And he wants to take 45 milligrams directly into the temple. Good to have you all here. Catching up on the comments over on TikTok. User 8675309 is down 50 pounds in 13 weeks on Majara 7.5. Zeke is 2 weeks and 2.5, and now on 5, but inject every 5 instead of 7. Yeah, if your doctor agrees with that, the manufacturer says you can change your shot day every 72 hours. You have to wait at least 72 hours. Manjaro 5 milligrams for last week, down 4, but it's a start. Yeah, we covered that. Hey, Terry, welcome to the stream. Camino, more competition should drop the price of Manjaro. That's absolutely right, and that's something that we cover a lot on my channel is the competition that is coming out. I just did a video yesterday or the day before on a new drug called survodutide from Boehringer Ingelheim. And just like Manjaro, it's a dual agonist. And so people are seeing up to 20% weight loss in 46 weeks. So those numbers are better than Manjaro. It works on GLP-1 just like Manjaro, but its second mechanism of action is going to be glucagon, right? And you may remember glucagon from retatrutide, because retatrutide is a triple agonist, GLP-1, glucagon, and GIP. So there's new medicines coming out. It's really exciting time. Make sure you follow my channel. Make sure you hit follow. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure that you follow me, because I'm always on top of these medications that are coming out. So if you have questions about the new medications that are coming out, please let me know. I've lost, Kelly asked how much weight I've lost. On my total journey, I'm down from 319 down to 280. So just under 40 pounds, with 30 of those pounds coming from Manjaro. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate that. The gifts are so nice. Thank you for that. It keeps me going. Helps me pay for the things like StreamYard and Canva that I use to make the graphics that I make. So it's a whole production over here, isn't it? Becky said pre-diabetic on Ozempic for 6 months, then changed to Manjaro. 3 months so far, lost 67 pounds. It's really slowing. Yeah. What dosage are you on Manjaro now? Just out of curiosity. See what we're doing over here. So thank you for those who are following. Thank you for those who are hitting subscribe on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you can also become a member of the channel for $2.99 a month. And that you can click the description of the video if there is. There might not be a description right now, but if you're on an Android, just click join. $2.99 a month. You can do that on TikTok as well. You can join, become a member, subscribe. That just helps keep this thing going, right? What's the name of the new medication? Survodutide is the one I was just talking about from Boehringer Ingelheim. And you can go back to my videos and check that out. I just did a video on it just the other day. But there's also retatrutide. I mean, I could go through the laundry list. There's 20 of them. The big ones are going to be orforglipron, which is another oral from Eli Lilly. That'll be coming out in the next year and a half or so. Retatrutide, which is kind of like Manjaro, but even better. It's the easiest way to say it. That'll be the next year and a half. And then this one I just talked about, survodutide, which is a dual agonist like Manjaro, but it's from another manufacturer called Boehringer Ingelheim. It acts on the GLP-1 and the glucagon receptors. So thank you for those who are here today and joining the live stream. Yelly's Vlog, welcome. Hey, glad to catch you while I'm live as well. Really, really appreciate that. Delisa, I never get your name right. One of these days I will. Thank you for being here. Thank you for those who are following the live creator. Brian says, can I ask a question? Thanks for asking, Brian. Absolutely, you can ask a question. But know that I am not a medical provider. I'm just a guy on YouTube sharing my experience and the experiences of others that have come here and share their experience. And lock it away and save it for somebody like you who comes in with a question. Any coupon card updates are coming. Not right now, not for Manjaro. When it comes out for the weight loss indication, you probably see something. It won't be the heyday that it was with the $25 coupon initially, but you will see something. You will see something come up around for that. So Brian, thank you for following the live creator. Andrew starts 10 this week. Is Manjaro in Canada? Not currently. Not currently in Canada, no. And neither, I don't think Wegovy's there. It's approved there, but Wegovy isn't even over there yet. So it's Ozempic. For the big GLP-1, it's going to be Ozempic. Thank you for those who are following the live creator. Lots of you following me today over on TikTok. Thank you very much. If you're on YouTube and you're just joining, make sure you click subscribe and hit that like button. Share this with somebody who might benefit. If you don't mind, I'm going to pull the screen up over here because there's a lot that I miss when I'm broadcasting from StreamYard. I don't see everything. Is it still going to be approved soon for weight loss? Yeah, it should be. I mean, we're anticipating that it will be approved within about the next, let's say, month, 2 months, 3 months, somewhere in the fourth quarter here. All right, so Brian's question, I got it. Got to 12.5, 80 pounds down. First of all, that's amazing. You started getting sulfur burps in the river out of nowhere. Okay, Brian, so what you're going to want to do, the big thing that tends to help people out is called papaya enzymes. Yeah, I'd never heard of them either, but this really, really helps people. So what you're going to want to do is go to onthepen.com. That's my website. Go to onthepen.com and click shop. That's going to take you to my Amazon shop, and I have a list of Manjaro must-haves, like the things that you're going to want to have if you're on a GLP-1 journey to deal with some of these things, right? So papaya enzymes. So click shop at onthepen.com, and then click Manjaro must-haves, and then you'll see papaya enzymes, right? And those are the ones that people have sworn by, so that's what I put in my Amazon shop. So try those out and see if they help. Thank you for those who are following the live creator over here on TikTok. Tanya says, I appreciate how informative you are. Thank you. I always appreciate when somebody appreciates me, so thank you for mentioning that. I appreciate it. Crystal Clark says they're the worst. Absolutely. Sulfur burps are nasty. Marisol, do you have any ideas on price once it's approved? Yeah, I mean, I think, sorry, kicked over again. I don't think that it'll be the same price as Majara. I think it'll be more expensive. I think if you look at Wegovy, where Wegovy's price, I think that Eli Lilly is probably thinking they should get more than people get for Wegovy, which I think is somewhere in the ballpark of about $1,400 a month right now. So I think you'll see it more expensive under that designation, whether it has a different name like Mounjaro or if it's just Manjaro again. But for that designation, I think it will be more expensive because it will be compared to other drugs in this class for that same diagnosis code. Denise just joined. How are y'all dealing with insomnia? 14 straight days of no sleep. That is terrible. If you are going on 14 days of no sleep, you have got to talk to your doctor about that. Absolutely talk to your doctor. Cassie says she's learned that she can't have cheat days. Some people it is like that. Marisol, I mean, the best thing that I can do outside of telling you to talk to your doctor is think about some supplementation with melatonin. Try that. I mean, if you haven't already, but that's one of those things that would not be a normal response to this medication. That is, I've heard of people struggling to sleep. I haven't heard of people not sleeping for 14 days. That's not something you want to be dealing with because that impacts every aspect of your life, right? Melissa was just prescribed Manjaro and now second guessing taking it. Let us know why. Let's work through that. Bree, welcome. Kiki, welcome to the stream. Miss Tapman has a question. Miss T, shoot. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. If you got a question, drop it in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button. That really helps to get this out to people. If you're on TikTok, follow the live creator and hit share as well. You can share this on YouTube too if you're here on YouTube. Please share. So Delisa over on YouTube for you says who is dealing with the insomnia. Denise. So Delisa over on, or Delisa, I think it's Delisa. I'll go with Delisa. Says that taking magnesium citrate, magnesium glycinate 2 hours before bedtime helps her with the insomnia. Doesn't this increase insulin production? Oh, that's a great question. Okay, now things are going to come too fast because that's a big question for me to ask. I'll answer, but yeah, okay. So I'm gonna pin this one because I think this is an important one to cover from Jerry. So we're gonna put a pause on questions. Just know you'll have to ask again if I don't get to it. And then Miss T, I'll take your question next. Thank you for those who are giving gifts. I appreciate that. That is always appreciated. Jerry says, doesn't this increase insulin production? So the major thing about these GLP-1 medications, right? Because I had the same question when I started taking it. I was like, hey, I'm insulin resistant. So I have high insulin levels already. Is this going to wear my pancreas out? So my doctor explained this to me, and I'll explain it to you the way he explained it to me, is that what GLP-1s do, the magic of GLP-1s is they increase insulin production when you need it and only when you need it. So it stimulates those cells in your pancreas to basically be more efficient at insulin production. So you're only making it when you need it. But on balance, it actually decreases the amount of insulin you make because it's reducing the amount of sugar that your liver makes. And most people don't understand that your liver actually makes sugar, puts it in your blood. That's why with people who are type 2 diabetic or pre-diabetic, that in the morning, you see this major spike in your blood sugar, but you haven't eaten. That's because your liver is making sugar. One of the mechanisms of action of a GLP-1 is it actually reduces the amount of sugar that your liver makes so that on a baseline, you're needing less insulin. And so the GLP-1 is just going to, when your blood sugars rise, the GLP-1 is just going to help your pancreas make the right amount of insulin in that moment to bring it down and then to keep it at a baseline. So on balance, no, it actually doesn't increase insulin production. It just increases it in the moments that you need it, and then just makes you more efficient and less insulin resistant over time. Has anyone experienced high count? Or sorry, we're going to Miss Tapman. Miss Tapman says she has a friend that's been on Ozempic for 3 months and she only lost 23. Any suggestions on why? Miss Tapman, I've been on Manjaro for 9 months and I've lost 30 pounds. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I won't get into my story, but 23 pounds on 3 months is tremendous progress. So I think more than an answer to why she's not losing more weight, what she needs is just to recalibrate and know that this medicine is definitely working for her. It's just not working as fast as it is when you start comparing yourselves to other people who lose, gobs and piles of weight really, really fast with the lowest dose. I mean, there's always outliers from the studies, right, on both ends. Like there's me who's a slower responder, and they talk about super responders, hyper responders to these medications. Everybody's on that spectrum somewhere from the highest amount of weight loss on the clinical trials to the lowest amount of weight loss on the clinical trials. And so just because you're finding yourself maybe at the lower end and the higher end doesn't mean that there's something wrong. It just means your body responds differently. So I think that your friend just needs to recalibrate their expectations on the medication and also know that Ozempic, when it comes to weight loss, has a lower dosage cap than Wegovy, which is its weight loss counterpart, right? Both semaglutide, but Wegovy goes up. So perhaps if she slows on the upper dose of Ozempic, she could look at potentially switching to Wegovy and getting there, getting the benefit of the higher doses for the weight loss in semaglutide. So that would be what I have to say about that. So thank you for asking that question. Back to TikTok. Jerry has another question. Jerry had his question. We got that answered. Anybody know where I can find a low dose of Wegovy? Yeah, low dose of Wegovy is on major shortage, major back order. The best thing. Thank you, Lydia, for the gift. By the way, that was very sweet of you. I appreciate that. The gifts are always appreciated. And then Sue the Dude over on YouTube gifted a membership. Thank you for doing that, buddy. Make sure you take a pause to hit that like, hit that bell, and hit that sub. And I would greatly appreciate that as well. But yeah, you're gonna have to call around. Sometimes you might have luck if you call a hospital pharmacy. Sometimes they'll have doses that others don't, as they're prioritizing shortages. And if they're sitting on them, they might be willing to fill it for you. Phoenix is down 13 pounds in 5 weeks. That's awesome. And he's lost 3 pounds in 4 months. Yeah, I think back to Ms. Tapman's question, it's a very normal amount of weight that she's lost. Presuming there was no typo in your question, that's great progress. She said, "Oh yeah, since I lost 100 pounds in 9 months with Manjaro, she thought she would lose like that." Yep. So Ms. Tapman, you are a hyper responder. You have just responded super well to the medication, and so congratulations on that. But that probably makes your friend feel a little bit left in the dust. But I mean, 23 pounds in I think what you said, 3 months is something to for sure celebrate. Absolutely. I just had a screening for orforglipron study. I've been denied GLP-1 coverage because not type 2 diabetes. Any thoughts? So Lisa, what thoughts are you looking for? I have lots of thoughts on orforglipron. Orforglipron is a investigational medication from Eli Lilly. It will be only the second GLP-1 on the market once it's approved that you can take or as a GLP-1 orally, right? So everything else is a shot. That's what we call it on the pen. But there's currently semaglutide has Rybelsus, but it's not that great at weight loss, though they are going to release a 50 milligram, which will be a game changer for those on Rybelsus. That's going to really help out the weight loss with Rybelsus. But orforglipron works a little bit differently than the rest of these GLP-1s because all these other GLP-1s that are on the market currently are polypeptides, long-chain amino acids. It's just a long-chain amino acid. That's it. And it stimulates the production of GLP-1. And in Manjaro's case, it stimulates GLP-1 and GIP. Orforglipron works on GLP-1, but it's a small molecule. So it's not a peptide. And peptides are very tricky to take orally just because the bioavailability isn't there. So with orforglipron, people saw weight loss that got, up to the Wegovy ranges, right? So with an oral, you're getting the efficacy of what you're getting in a shot. And so that's really what's cool about orforglipron. The great thing about orforglipron, too, is that it's in clinical trials at the same time for diabetes and obesity. So it'll be coming out, presumably, eventually, as long as everything goes well through the FDA, it's going to come out for both indications. So Lisa, if you're in an orforglipron study, congratulations. I think you'll do very well. Retatrutide Yeah. Somebody said, "What's the newest one I mentioned earlier?" The one I mentioned earlier that I just did a video on the other day. You're going to want to go check out. It was Survodutide from Boehringer Ingelheim. Check out that video. It's really informative. And thank you to Matthew, and thank you for the dude. I did a short video on it for the members only on YouTube about a month or two ago, but I hadn't done a video on the front side of my channel for it, so I put a video out there. And it's on TikTok as well. So make sure that you follow the live creator so that you can see that. Trying to catch up with the chat here. I'm not gonna be able to check up that. Robin was on Trulicity and lost weight, started on Manjaro and gained it all back. You gained weight on Manjaro. Robin, I'm gonna guess you're on the lowest dose. You probably just need to get up to the higher doses. Manjaro is far superior to Trulicity when it comes to weight loss. Same injector pen though, right? Thank you for joining, Anna. It's good to have you here. Carla would love to participate in the registrutide trial, but don't qualify if you have none of the required comorbidities. Yeah, one of the cool things that I do on my YouTube channel is in the links that I put in my videos, I link to the current studies of retatrutide and tirzepatide so that you can get, maybe into a clinical trial. Those links are in the videos of my YouTube channel. So click the link in my bio, and then you can follow my YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, just click follow. Do doctors recommend any specific diet or lifestyle changes with these GLP-1s? Some do, some don't, right? Most people would say you need to be in a caloric deficit. I think that's, when you look at the literature that comes with the medication, they say in conjunction with diet and exercise, that diet would be a broad term for a caloric deficit, which you need to be in typically to lose weight. I haven't lost anything in 3 months. What am I doing wrong? What dose are you on, and are you diabetic? That would be my first question. For you, Bonnie, is 10 pounds in 10 weeks. It's approved for weight loss, but your insurance has to have coverage for it, correct? Yeah, absolutely. So if you are obese and you qualify for Wegovy, the next question is going to be, does your insurance cover obesity medicine? And many don't. So it's time to talk to your employer about adding obesity coverage to your insurance. Click follow up there. If you're not following the live creator, click subscribe if you're just joining on YouTube. Denise has lost 18 pounds in 11 weeks of type 2 diabetes, and my BG are great. That's what my doctor prescribed. Loss is a plus. Yeah, absolutely. Bringing the blood sugars down is most of the reason that us diabetics are looking for. But once it does that, it's going to help bring your weight down. So Mindy said mine had to do a caloric deficit before starting, waiting for insurance approval. Quava said I just advanced the Manjaro 10 milligrams, so much better in hiding food noise, down 38 pounds in 3.5 months. That's amazing, amazing progress. Does anyone lose weight too fast? Is there such a thing? Drew, I mean, absolutely you can lose weight too fast. I think the biggest concern with losing weight too fast is, you worry about things like gallstones, and you worry about, like hair falling out. And so it can happen too fast, right? And the guidance is, 1 to 2 pounds a week is a healthy one. So if you're losing a lot more than that, at first there's kind of a whoosh effect where you're losing a lot of water weight, especially in the first week or two. That's why it's super important to hydrate with electrolytes and water. But if you're losing that per week, you want to just talk to your doctor and make sure that you're losing a healthy amount of weight. I think you may want to titrate back on the dosage a little bit. Cameron lost 60 pounds, about 2 pounds a week. That's awesome. But the insurance doesn't cover it because hopefully you can hang on to that designation for weight loss. I lost 8 pounds on 2.5, starting 5 tomorrow. Do you think I'll be 20 pounds by October? Hard to say, Jennifer. No idea where you're, it's hard to say. But if you stick with it, and don't, I say don't put dates on these medications on when you're going to get to this or that. Just stick to the program. I think on balance, at the end, you're going to be very happy with the results. See if I keep it up on YouTube. Okay. Which medicine is better? So I get that question a lot, right? So Ozempic and Wegovy, which are semaglutide versus Manjaro. Manjaro acts on 2 different incretin hormones, the GLP-1 and the GIP, where Ozempic and Wegovy just act on one, right? Hey, thank you for the pizza, Lydia. I appreciate that. Very appreciated. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for those who send gifts. That's very, very, very appreciated, but never expected. I really do appreciate it. Those who choose to give gifts. So Manjaro is better for weight loss, just for the clinical trials, right? So that's basically the long and short of it. I could get into what incretin medicines are. So these are all incretin mimetic drugs. They're stimulating your gut to make more hormones that your gut makes, which are incretin hormones, and they ultimately help you lose weight. But they do a lot of different things that help you lose weight. About to start 7.5 Manjaro this week. A little nervous to go up. I don't be nervous. I mean, if you experience some side effects on Manjaro, it's usually when that dose changes. So when you went to 2.5 to 5, when you went to, when you change that dose, if you struggle there, you might struggle a little when you get to 7.5, but it's nothing to be worried about. I'm not a doctor panel. I'm just a guy who shares his experience on TikTok and YouTube. Definitely not a medical provider in any way. Just a guy who's sharing the knowledge that I've learned about these medications myself. And I have about 5,000 followers over on TikTok. I have another 5,000, 4,000 on YouTube. And so I just like to share, bring everybody in. We can all share our journeys. And so you'll notice a lot of the people in the chat will share what's worked for them as far as combating side effects and stuff like that. Doctors know a lot about this medication, can prescribe it, but they have to know a lot about everything, right? Where we are on this journey together and we're learning so much anecdotally from each other that we can kind of help each other kind of get through the side effects and things like that. Nurse practitioner, fast doc, thank you for the gifts. I really appreciate that. Over on YouTube, thank you for those. I see a lot of members in the chat today. Thank you for those who are members over on YouTube. It's good to have you here. My little guy's up, so I'm probably going to have to end this here pretty shortly. But thank you for those who are following and have asked questions today. This has been very fun. Thank you for those who are following the live creator. I appreciate you. Thank you for the gifts. The gifts are like flowing over here on TikTok. Thank you very much. Always appreciated, but never expected. Hey, Tammy, welcome. Miss Tappan says she thinks Manjaro is the best. Yeah, I agree. How are we doing, guys? Okay, cool. Thanks, buddy. I'll be out in a sec. Yeah, so thank you. Thank you for those who are following the live creator. Thank you for those over on YouTube who have hit the subscribe button. Thank you for those who have given gifts today. If anybody has girly girls on 12.5 Mojo down 78 pounds in 8 months, that's amazing. Isn't it just, guys and gals, isn't it just amazing to hear how much success people are having on these medications? I mean, just sharing experiences. This is not medical advice. No, it is absolutely not that. Just sharing our experiences and sharing the knowledge that we've learned like from each other, right? Right, absolutely. But there are doctors and medical providers in here, like Nurse Practitioner Fast Doc over here on TikTok and over on YouTube, like Donna and Pete. So we love our nurse practitioner friends and our MD friends who join in for these live streams because they are very informative. I mean, you can't get this. You can't go to the doctor and have a chitty chat with 150 people, which is how many people we have on this live stream. You can't do that. You can't share those experiences in the doctor's office. You can do that here, and that's what we do here. We just share our experiences, which is amazing. Isn't it an amazing world that we can live in a world where we have a medication like Majara, Ozempic, Gobi, Trulicity that can help fix what's metabolically broken, but then we have the technology to just come together and talk about it and like learn from each other about our experiences, what to expect, how to fight back and combat the side effects. This is just amazing, and it's so amazing to have you all here and to be able to do this together. It's just such a great experience. Do I exercise? I love this community. I exercise. Yeah, I try to get try to do that by steps, getting my steps in, right? So I like to do. People always ask me two main questions: what diet should I be on, and what exercise should I be on? And this is my answer to that. You should talk to your doctor before you talk to me because I'm an obese guy, right? So I have obviously no silver bullet. But here's what I would recommend to people. I think that the best diet that you can be on is the one that you can stick to, the one that works for you, that you can stick to, that you can make a lifestyle, and that you can live your healthiest version of you at the same time, right? So that's what I say about diet. Exercise, same thing. The best exercise that I think that you can do is the one that you enjoy, that doesn't feel like exercise, so that you feel like it's something that you can do for the rest of your life and incorporate it into your weekly activities. For me, that really amounts to playing with my kids outside. I really enjoy playing ball with them. That keeps me moving. It keeps me young. So it's not a Zumba class. It's not a CrossFit class. I've done CrossFit. I've done Orange Theory. I've done all those things, and they did help, right? But it felt like a form of punishment to me, where playing with my kids feels joyful. So that's what I try to do, right? And maybe as I move along in this journey, I may incorporate some of that other stuff in, but I'm just trying to fix what's metabolically broken right now, and try to undo the diet culture wiring that's been, woven into my brain. And this whole idea of food being a moral decision, those are all things I'm trying to become unwired and unscrewed up in. And Majaro's giving me that gift by allowing me to eat normal people food, normal people portions, and feel normal people full. It just gives me a sense of feeling normal that I did not have pedestal 9 months ago when I started my Manjaro journey. So that was a little uh, tangent, if you will, getting up on a pedestal. But that's the message that I preach on this channel. Again, not a medical provider, not a nutritionist, not a exercise guru. I'm just a guy who's trying to get through this journey. I think that's what makes this community great, because I think that's kind of what we're all doing here, right? And because we all share this similar journey of walking with the type 2 diabetes or the obesity or the metabolic syndrome, PCOS, like we all share some of these symptoms in common. I'm fortunate enough to not have PCOS, but lots of you do. Lots of women out there do. And so, like, being able to come in here and chat and share. Thank you for those who are using the custom emojis over on YouTube. You are the real deal. Thank you for those who I think Sue gave a membership over on YouTube. Thank you. If anybody else gave a gift on YouTube and I missed it, I'm sorry. But thank you for those who gave gifts on YouTube. Thank you for those who gave gifts on TikTok here. I'm about to head out here. Dee been on MJ and walking. I feel like I need to do more since I've got 106 pounds now. Wow. I mean, you probably can do more, right? That's the beauty of it. That is the absolute beauty of it. All up in the comments is, we all know you're just a guy on YouTube, but you're our CEO. Jordan Eisenberg did first shot in the arm this week. Lots more gas than usual. Stomach very noisy. Yeah, so one of the things you might want to check out are papaya enzymes too. Go to onthepen.com. That's my website, onthepen.com, and click shop. And I've got my list of Majaro essentials. Those are the things that at some point during this journey I have needed, or somebody in this chat's like swears by it for, whether it be, and the issues that people deal with are all over the spectrum. Some people deal with insomnia, and some people deal with sleepiness. Some people deal with diarrhea, and some people deal with constipation. Like, it's so interesting how these medications treat us differently. But I've got something in there for everybody. One of the things that I make sure that I stay up on, honestly, as a type 2 diabetic, I've just discovered this. I'm going to do a whole video about this. This is amazing. I take Miralax now. If I take Miralax 15 minutes before I eat any meal, my sugars never spike dramatically. Never. Miralax is doing wonders for me, and it makes me much more regular, too. So, I mean, maybe it's just me being an old man now. I think that might be part of it, right? But Miralax is great. So all of these things are available on thepen.com. Click shop, and then we'll take you to my Amazon page where I have my Manjaro must-haves. And if you want to check out the things that are must-haves for, like, my camping, what I do have in my home gym, other stuff like that's there too if you want to check that out as well. And onthepen.com is a great place too to stay in touch. There are some people that are losing their accounts now on both TikTok and YouTube. So if that ever goes away, make sure you go to onthepen.com and subscribe to my email. So I'll continue to create content. I'll continue to do that. Also, one thing that you can do if you're on TikTok is click the link in my bio. That'll take you to my YouTube. That's where the real magic happens. If you have not checked out On the Pen is my weekly talk show on Thursday nights. And that Thursday night talk show is just so much fun. We have so much fun on the Pen live. There's a guest that comes in. It's kind of like the Daily Show, but if the Daily Show is just about obesity, type 2 diabetes, GLP-1s, Majara, Ozempic, Gobi, Saxenda, Victoza, all that stuff. And we just have a great time. Thursdays at 9 p.m. only on YouTube. So click the link in my bio and click subscribe over on YouTube. If you're just watching on YouTube and you're new to YouTube today, let me know that you're new to my channel. Make sure you hit subscribe as well. Becky said, first of all, Donna said, thank you for all you do for your great info and research. Thank you, Donna. I really, really appreciate that. Becky says, I'm type 2 diabetic and on insulin. I've totally DC'd my Novolog, but face turquoise covering. Sorry, it's reading these emoji words on StreamYard. A long-acting insulin Wednesday. I worked very hard to lose my 40 pounds of diet, exercise, and withdrawal. That's awesome. Thank you. Congratulations. Hey. Okay, I'm almost done. How much Miralax? So I do the two spoonfuls. So shout out to the slow losers. Even after weight loss surgery, I was a slow loser. It doesn't make you fast loser better than us. I have issues with fast losers making it seem like a competition. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see that too much, Lisa, but or in all of it. I'm retired, sorry. I lost track of who that was. But yeah, I don't see people doing that too much. But I think it is very easy for us who are slower losers to subconsciously compare ourselves, and I think that's problematic. And people are always like, "Don't compare yourself." Well, the reality is that we do, right? The reality is that we do. So what you need to do is work on rewiring that. When your brain goes down that path of going, like, "Hey, I am not losing as fast as this person," So something's wrong with me. I think what we have to do in those moments is just think about what our body has done for us. Think about what the medicine has done for us, and just be grateful. Because I think one of the biggest things in life that we can do is to be grateful. I think it changes our whole disposition during the day when we can take moments out of our day to be grateful and to have gratitude for the things that we have and that we experienced. I think just being on this Manjaro, if you're metabolically ill, type 2 diabetic or obese, just being on this medication is a gift in itself. So there are people out there who are working two jobs to be on it, right? So if that's not you, I mean, and you've got great access to it, just think about what a gift that is. So just changing to an attitude of gratitude. Gerard says my sound quality is off. Is that accurate? I'll over you on YouTube. My microphone's way away from me. That might be hard. I tried something different with a little different camera here, so I could do this dual stream. Thank you for those who have liked over on TikTok and YouTube. I'm going to call it a day. I really, really appreciate you. Metamucil does work. I've been taking it. I feel like an old man, but it's awesome. Sorry, I didn't know the sound was bad, so I'm just trying to get my mouse back on stuff here. Do I take probiotics? I don't. Maybe I should. I don't. But maybe I should. I have in the past. It's just I've never felt like they were doing much for me. So. Was my sound bad the whole time, YouTube? I wish that they would have let me know. Did I miss any questions here? Beach Hug is down 100 pounds in 319 days as of Friday. That's amazing. Hey, Joseph, how'd you sneak in here without me knowing that? I've seen it a day. Come on, mouse. This stream's never going to end if I can't get my mouse to work. So yeah, thank you for being here. Hit that like before you go. Make sure you follow the live creator. Do you have to see a doctor to get Manjaro? 100%. You do. Sound was bad on and off. Shoot, I wish I would have known that. All right. Well, with that said, sorry about the audio. We're gonna fix that for next time. Until next time, we will see you on the next one.